have some receivers to hear my voice, my explanation, for all the time we spent together. Villages along the way, we have Irkie, is a little village, then we have Cetara, is a beautiful fishing village, and then we have Vietri sul Mare, which is the last one. Okay, true, for some of you maybe it's not really the best, but for us it's very important because this road preserves us from the crime. There is no way to escape. Safe jumping into the water. Ancient times. In a few minutes from here we pick up the motorway to Pompeii, and traffic permitting we should be there in about 25 minutes. On the left here, the two little labs, the two little places where they make colatura di alici, which was already very well known in Pompeii. Not really the same, but similar. They had a similar condiment, a similar juice for their vegetables.
Portava il sole su questo carro che è nato da voi,
They are not so original, they are copies. Apollo is here. The original one is in the Archaeological Museum of Naples now. And Apollo was the god of the sun, the god of the day, the god of the music. In front of him, we have the goddess Diana.
I can do it. Good job. Che numero ha? 712.
This was the market called the Macellum. Yes.
Nie są, sobie będziemy mogli lasu.
have some rooms in which
So let's say
there
that-
were some not legal, illegal activities, such as play cards and bets. I'll show you a little fresco from the other side in which they are playing cards, but they are betting at the end. Yeah. Okay, this one.
They didn't go to Rome today. They went to the Cape Town.
Allora, con l'altro cucolo prima di entrare, che adesso sto facendo,
mais caixinhas para colocar rosas e elas estão
Okay, we walk this way.
Para el puente.
¿Para qué?
Puente de la ya ayer cuando fuiste al baño.
Acá no hay puente. In this room, in this house,
Maar goed, begrijp je het? Dan zullen we niet lang moeten trekken. Hè?
Nee, doe het helemaal niet. Als we spreken we al niet.
La photo, faut vraiment monter la route. Ah, c'est pour la photo qu'on va mettre.
What do you think?
Actually, I use it in the plastic mask because before, now we know, before we can analyze like this. And the table is simple, the
Thank you.